Alrighty. Good afternoon, Card Authority. Better check the sound down there. Oh, yep.
Yeah, definitely the sound is definitely working. Welcome on board, everyone. Wow. G'day, Glenn. G'day, Magda.
Friday afternoon,
Hi,
Card
Paul.
Authority. Wow.
Hey, Mitch.
Saturday afternoon. Wow. All right, drink. Wow. That has been a very whirlwind 30 minutes. Welcome to Card Authority, episode 36, I think. I don't know. Here we are, Saturday afternoon.
Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Brilliance
2022 has been announced. Fair to say it's kept us all a little bit guessing. We thought it was Optimum.
Look, I called it early this morning. I don't know if anyone saw that, but I thought it was going to be Legified. A big combination of Certified and Legacy, since everyone loved those so much. But the old Legified may have to wait till later this year.
Yes, you can put that one back to the drawing board.
G'day, Richo. G'day, Daniel Sher. Bernie. Hello, sir.
Why you say hello, everyone? Let me just get myself
David,
prepared.
Wado, Alex Harper. Hello to you. Mitch Pepper.
Everyone's
Chris Spargo. Niall. Gareth Upson. Nico. Hello, sir. Welcome on board, everyone.
All right. So Brilliance 2022 has been just announced. Fair to say it's a very, very exciting product. Everyone loved Brilliance when the first edition came out in 2020. It was a little bit of a surprise there. We really hadn't had a single card, single box release.
Well, yeah, and that was only really the second ever, really super high-end release for AFL. You had Supremacy, obviously, in 2019, and then Brilliance came out in 2020.
Thanks, Robbie.
Right out of the left field as well, and certainly in terms of card quality and everything, you know, a lot of the people on stream now would have seen one before, but some may have not. These are, you know, physical 180 point card with a metallic powder coated border that sits inside a one-touch case, and they come in a one per box format.
So look, I'm just going to give a rundown. Obviously there's heaps of questions coming through. We will circle back to all the ones that are coming through, so don't stress. So Brilliance has been released. There is a little bit of a rework of it this year, so it's still a single box, single card. There is 4 players represented from each team in what they call base cards. There is a little kink to that, which I will come to in one sec. There is 6 dual signature cards, numbered to 50, which is a similar model that they did the other time, and we'll go through the details in a sec. But the new addition to this year's Brilliance is the Superstar Gold Series, which is 1 player from each team, numbered to 35.
So what's that? I thought the subset was just called Lenny Hayes. What's it actually called?
Well, I saw Lenny Hayes was on there. You'd be pretty happy with that.
Amazing.
So, you know, a couple of the key things is that it's 1 card per box. There's a total of 4,330 boxes produced. There is a 2-box limit for SCC. So for the 1,000 members that have SCC memberships, you will be able to get 2. There is also 2 boxes available for general sale.
And the SCC is open right now,
all the way through to, let me just get this right, I believe Friday. Can participate till July 30th, 5 p.m., which is Saturday.
So you've got until Saturday at 5 p.m. So exactly 7 days from the announcement.
And then
audio SCC.
And then the general sale opens at the exact same time. I reckon that's a slight little tweak. I'm pretty sure SCC will close just before. So either way, you've got a week now to get your SCC, and then there will also be the public sale next Saturday at 5 p.m. where you'll be able to get another 2, and that will be shipped out. So shipping date is Tuesday the 2nd. So 3 days after that, which means people will start receiving them on Wednesday.
So exciting stuff. So we're looking at under 2 weeks turnaround from today.
Absolutely.
It's just over a week.
It's going to be in hands in a week and a half.
Exciting stuff. So again, just to reinforce that, SCC is already open. You can purchase 2 boxes right now if you're an SCC member. Otherwise, the general public on sale is on 5 p.m. next Saturday. There is 2 for the general public.
2 for the general
So
public.
2. And if you're obviously an SEC member, the general public on sale is on top of your allocation to the
I'm just
SEC.
hearing, SEC closes Friday 4 p.m. My apologies.
Sorry, Friday 4 p.m. for the closure of SEC.
Yes, you're right. Thanks, Glenn.
And then Saturday 5 p.m. for the on sale. So if you do get your 2 from the SEC, you still can have a chance.
Yeah, you're not
getting
limited.
2 you're not limited in the general on sale. So a total of 4 if you have SEC is the maximum you are able to get.
And thank you. Obviously, look, we're just like you guys. We watch the video. We then try to digest the information as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Generally, I'm pretty good. But
he's
if I make mistakes,
he's much better than what I am.
More than happy to let you guys pick this up.
The information I've digested so far, it's literally off watching the video and barely scanning the checklist, is increased production run, which makes it available to a lot more people.
Yep.
And then it means it's able to service the SEC with 2 boxes each.
Correct.
Maintain the same price point at $150, which is unheard of and
Unbelievable
against the
price.
Trend of there being price increases, especially for physical products that do have more material and more value to them.
Yep.
The output of what is coming out of this and what people can actually hit is a significant increase on last time around.
Yep.
So to me, it ticks all category boxes. It's probably the first time where off the first preview, I can't criticize a thing here.
So look, we will certainly come across some things good or bad and different. I'm sure you guys will pop that up as well. Just to give people a snapshot of what Brilliance was in 2020, obviously it was just the base cards. There were 2 players represented from each team and 5 signature cards.
So it was like a veteran and a current player.
Correct.
Yeah.
Literally, it was really hard not for you to get your $150 back, regardless of the
value.
card.
Yeah, exactly right.
There were a couple of average Fremantle cards
Gold
and I
Coast.
think Gold Coast and even GWS.
Yeah.
But still, they were selling for $150.
Yeah.
So this product now, fast forward to 2022, I can't really see anything here that you're not going to get your money back.
Yeah.
And one little interesting kink, and we'll talk about the base cards first of all.
There might be a price where there is a sell-off at some point, and
Of course.
those outliers like your certain Gold Coast or whatever it may dip a bit below that. But yeah, the value is extraordinary.
Now, this is where I think they've made a really smart move, and you guys will certainly probably have some feedback on this as well. They've made a decision not to list veteran cards for the Giants and the Gold Coast. Okay. So there's only 2 current players. And at first, when I first looked at them, I'm like, oh.
So only 3 in total for each of those teams?
Correct. The 2 and the Superstars. So we'll talk about the Superstars and the Gold in a sec. So at first, I'm like, oh, that's interesting that there's only 2. But it's actually, I think, taken away a little bit of the ceiling of potentially bad cards.
Yeah.
Gary Ablett is obviously listed as a Geelong veteran.
Okay, so when you're looking at it at a sense of value, like the secondary market value of singles, I see what you're saying.
And that's basically what people will be saying.
There's less cards to dilute the value at the lower end.
Yeah.
So you've got, because you're reducing your chances of hitting the Gold Coast or GWS ones, as Wade would say, you're not going to, there's less $100 cards versus the cards are all worth a lot more. It's going to be interesting to see what people's strategy is here. We know that there's been a big trend towards get whatever you can get in terms of what your allocation is. If you can get 2 and 2, you try get 4, and then maybe you open 2 and use 2 to barter with to get the other cards that you need as well. So I think there's going to be a lot of that going on. I think it's probably a really heavily traded set as well.
Absolutely. I think this is one of the first releases from my memory that trades really opened up, that people were not so worried about the financial value of the card.
It was just trying to get your card.
If you had a Pendlebury, you were happy to swap it for a Cripps.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is going to happen. And the fact that you buy these boxes, you can either open them yourselves because the price point is so accessible.
The price is so cheap, it gives you so many options. Yeah.
Or there's obviously going to be breakers and all sorts of other people are going to want to buy this.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to be in an opportunity of actually free rolling some boxes for yourself.
Well, that's it. And I think there's going to be a lot of trading of sealed boxes for good cards, which makes a lot of sense. You're outlaying $150 only. You know that a certain card number to 50 may end up being $500, $600, $700, $800.
Yep.
I think there'll be a lot of back and forth trades there with boxes
and
as well.
Look, I'm trying. I will get to questions later, but Justin, it's funny you say this, okay? And I'll read this question out. I literally mentioned this to Jenks just before we went on air, and this is probably more related for people that are in breaks or run break pages. Will Gold Coast and GWS be joined together in a break? And I think that is very likely. I think they're going to find that in this product, because there isn't the two veteran cards,
and the team break, there's only 17.
you join them together, and
17
suddenly that becomes quite a good combination in a 17-spot break.
Yeah.
You know,
look, a bit of that used to happen in products prior to like 2019.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times where GWS and Gold Coast would joint in breaks as teams. So you probably see a bit of that come back and be introduced, especially in the pure play Brilliance breaks. Once you start to mix it with other product, things start to change a little bit. But and certainly that landscape's changing altogether a bit at the moment, because each series no longer has an equal amount of high-end hits per team. You're getting 6 signatures here, 6 teams over here, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, can I just look? We'll touch on the checklist quickly. So for GWS, Tom Green and Toby Green, which are two, obviously Wade is going to be very excited. Settle down, Wade. Keep it in your pants. And Gold Coast, Matty Rowell and Tuke Miller.
Yeah.
So those guys for GWS and Gold Coast collectors, and also collectors that are not necessarily on those teams, they are going to be very, very popular cards.
Yeah.
And then the gold cards, which we'll get to in a second, but Josh Kelly for Giants and Ben King for Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great. Reroll 12, I ask, are they going to be in a one touch? Yes, a 180-point one touch. They come actually in a case. Interesting that I just read something.
Yeah, give us the clarification on this, AJ.
So there are void stickers, okay? Now, we should have actually got one from the old series. It comes with a void sticker. Now, a void sticker, there's a little bit of misinterpretation that collectors want to keep these void stickers on there forever. These are just for transport. So the exact wording here, and I see they've noticed this and they put this on the sales page, the purpose of the sticker is to confirm the product is not being tampered, altered, or varied during transport. Collectors are free to remove the sticker to store or display the card in accordance with their preference.
So they're essentially saying after effectively a 7-day period, the sticker has no validity to it anyway.
Yep.
So look, for me, and it's a personal thing for people's own collections and what they do with their cards and how they display them. I personally, as it is, I don't like the look of the select stickers on one touches. So as AJ knows, and the Gorminator who's sitting in the corner off camera, you can't see
big shout out to Gormy. He's lurking in the corner.
I actually take mine out immediately and put them into clean card safes or one touches and then rebag them up, because if you're happy with your card and it hasn't had an issue in that transit period or whatever, what do you need the actual sticker for?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's a really interesting point. You've got the checklist in front of you.
I've got the checklist. So no, you've got the checklist, but I've got the front page of the checklist.
Where's your back of your checklist?
Oh, but you only printed one copy.
I probably dropped on the ground.
No, you only printed one.
I couldn't have.
This is the front of yours.
I've got my front.
Oh, well, we've got 2 fronts, guys. 2 fronts.
All right. Yeah, we got that. I can check this out.
Anyway.
So, James, you had a quick look over it.
I did.
Talk to me some of the names in the base cards that you think are hits or misses.
Look, to be honest with you,
don't be silly when it's not about St Kilda.
There's no Seb Ross in this release, which was in the last Brilliance. So that's the first real positive sign for any of the St Kilda, such as myself.
All right.
We can
ask you a question.
We can skip everything here, AJ.
All right.
And we can just move straight to the goal.
No, we're not going to the goals yet. No.
This is the Lenny release.
No, relax. All right. Just follow the script one time.
Look, I haven't had a chance to probably look at the checklist yet. He's totally put me on the spot here. I don't even know who is represented. Who have we got for St Kilda?
Oh my God. All right. Let's do St Kilda so we just don't have to talk about it. So there's some guy, Robert Harvey.
Average. Nah, Harves is the man. We like Robert Harvey.
Danny Frawley.
Yeah, obviously huge. And Danny Frawley hasn't been represented in trading cards since the early 90s. So that's a really big one to have Frawley.
There's some guy who's got weak shoulders and isn't a hardball player.
But he does have fully functional kidneys, unlike another guy from your mob. So we're happy about him. And then, of course, the big man, Maxi King. So good team representation from the Saints. Look. It looks like across the board here with the checklist, they've nailed it, I would say, for pretty much every club from what I can see at a glance.
Yeah.
There will always be people that are questioning, a player inclusion because of personal preference. But I don't know. I think whatever formula they've used here seems to be.
Let me scan through some. So Riley Philthorpe is there for Adelaide. Obviously, he's, the Adelaide guys really love him. Zach Bailey for Brisbane, people, absolutely love him. Kernahan, Jezelenko, some guy, Sam Walsh, who's apparently got a bit of a future. Adam Chera for Carlton is finally going to be Carlton cards, which they're going to be thrilled about. McKenna, Darren Mullane. I saw Jared Smith very happy about Darren Mullane.
Yeah, that's a fantastic inclusion. For
Brody Grundy, Josh Dacos, not Diakos, Dacos.
No Nick Dacos, which is obviously you would think a lot of the works of this take place
Was already
before.
done.
Yeah, before.
For Essendon, Terry Danaher, Matthew Lloyd, which the Essendon guys like, Darcy Parish, Nick Cox, Fremantle, Matty Pavlich, Mundy, Caleb Sarong, which everyone likes.
Claude Francis is an interesting inclusion.
Can you just follow that?
No, there is no script, so there'll be nothing that gets followed.
Geelong,
Zero.
Matty Scarlett, Gary Ablett Jr. back in Geelong colours. Jeremy Cameron in his first Geelong card, I believe. They'll be happy with that. Brandon Parfitt. Jeremy Cameron's in Prestige. Thank you, Gorman. Back to sleep now.
Good job, Gorman.
We've talked about Giants, talked about Suns. Hawthorn, Dermy, David Parkin, Chad Wingard, Minx, and CJ's getting another run.
CJ gets a good look.
Melbourne, Neats, Nathan Jones, Petrarca, Luke Jackson, my boy, excellent. North Melbourne, Glenn Archer, Malcolm Blight, Zerha the Bull, and sorry, who was the other person you were just talking about?
Some bloke. I think his name.
Jason Horne-Francis?
Yes, his name is.
Yep.
Mitch Georgelli. No. Horne-Francis. So that's really interesting. Obviously, they've gone with a top pick there.
Yep.
And slotted him in on the basis that he was going to perform.
Well, he was another draft pick.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Port Adelaide, great insight from you there.
Thank you.
That.
Will pass me a note.
Yeah, Chad Corns, Matty Primus from Port, and then you've got Ollie Wines and Georgiades. The Mighty Tigers, Richo, Neil Baum, Prestia, and Noah Bolter. So nice to move away there from, I guess, the Boltons and the Dusties and stuff like that. St Kilda, we've talked about. The Sydney Swines, Mickey O, Kappa, Luke Parker, and Logan McDonald, which, he's going to be a superstar. West Coast, Dean Kemp, Worsfold, Nick Knapp, Oscar Allen, he's going to be following too. And the Doggies, Brad Johnson, Dougie Hawkins, Aaron Norton, and Bailey Smith.
Yeah, that's big.
So they are some. It's a pretty serious checklist there.
Yeah.
For base cards.
Yeah.
So again, they're numbered to 50, one per box. They're going to be platinum now or silver, whatever you want to call it, instead of the gold ones.
Yeah.
They look pretty good. Now, what would you like to talk about first?
I'd
The
really
signatures
like to
or the golds?
No, let's go to the golds and we'll talk about the signatures last.
All right.
Because I feel like Lenny Hayes would feel very disrespected
All
if we didn't come straight off the top.
I'm going to hide my screen just because you don't need to see me. All right. So here are the golds. Oh, God.
Hey!
So we have one superstar player from each team, and we'll go straight through it. And I think probably what Selective thought about here is that there's clearly some star players from the first release that they wanted to capture again.
Yeah.
You don't want to devalue what you've done in the first value, so create something new and unique that still allows that collectability, currency, and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So Rory Sloane, who is a well-hoarded, hoarded by a few particulars in South Australia and well-loved.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll get hoarded again. Michael Voss, obviously a superstar.
Yeah.
Patrick Cripps for Carlton.
I feel like, in a group chat of mine, which has a bunch of Carlton guys, they were all like, thank God the gold isn't Sam Walsh this time around. And they're really happy with the Cripps.
Well, they've done a base for Sam Walsh. So Scott Pendlebury, which was a well-hoarded card in Brilliance last time. James Hurd for Essendon, which is a massive card. Nat Fife, well collected at Fremantle. Joel Selwood, well collected at Geelong. Josh Kelly at GWS. Ben King for Gold Coast, massive card. Luke Hodge returns on a gold card for Hawthorn. That's huge. Clary for Melbourne. Wayne Carey for North Melbourne.
Great pick there.
Rosie, I don't think anyone's going to be upset with Rosie at Port Adelaide.
Dusty, you'll be loving that.
Absolutely thrilled there's a Dusty card again after having a break from not really anything Dusty in Prestige. We'll skip St Kilda. Sydney, Lance Franklin. No one's going to be upset with that. Chris Judd in West Coast colours.
Sorry, who was before Sydney again?
Dustin Martin.
And who was after Dustin Martin?
Buddy Franklin.
Right. And between Buddy Franklin and Dustin Martin, was there any other card?
Ben King.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. Just double check.
Chris Judd, West Coast. And then the Bont for Western Bulldogs. But of course, everyone's favorite love child at St Kilda.
That's right. It's the greatest of all.
Lenny Hayes.
I'm sure I speak on behalf of all the St Kilda faithful when we thank Select for the inclusion of Lenny.
Yeah, so
Lenny.
It is a pretty amazing lineup, and they are up on screen. Obviously, if you're listening to us on podcasts, you won't see them, but we have posted these pictures on Card Authority.
Number to only 35.
Yep.
Gold. They're physically some sort of gold aspect to them. I'm
guessing they're a gold frame.
So yeah, of course, but the actual card itself, I'm really interested to see what it looks like because
you made that. Tell us.
All right, so obviously last time in Brilliance, I haven't seen the cards since they were printed and packed into the boxes over in China. So unfortunately, I'll be seeing them at the same time as you guys, even though they are all our production, of course. But I'm not sure that, the card last time, it's like a grainy material. It's not like a gloss finish on Brilliance cards. It's almost, the material that it's on is grainy, and the print sits over the top. So I wonder what the finish looks like on these cards. Is the ink a metallic style ink? Is it a matte style ink? I can't wait to
I feel like you've got to spend some more time at snap printing because that's not really relevant. But I felt like they had a little bit of a 3D feel to them. There was a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
And I think with the silhouette and the picture over the background, these things could be pretty impressive. But number to 35, these will be expensive.
Yeah, so Glenn McCull's
a few people are asking. I think the Dusty one, $200. So I'll be happy to buy
Glenn
it.
Says, Janks, will you be trying to collect all 35, or will I allow Gorman and AJ Grips to have a? Well, I'll probably go for all 36, but we'll see how we go.
So Shane's saying Mr. Stream release date. SEC is open right now, Shane, and that closes on Friday at 4 p.m. General sale is next Saturday at 5 p.m.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, Robbie, you will need to find.
These are going to be hard cards to get. Number to 35 as well. Look, Brilliance the first time around, the cards are generally really hard to find, with the whole series being numbered to 50. It wasn't just team set collectors that picked those up. A lot of people did additional full master sets or veteran master sets or the current player master sets. And as a result, the cards have always been very rare and very desirable against the rest of the market. So obviously, it's going to happen again with the cards numbered to 50 here, but the cards numbered to 35.
So I know you're going to ask me what sort of ratio these are.
Yes.
And I've done the math really quickly.
Have you?
Well, it's on the release page.
You should become an actuary in your next life.
I could be, but then how would I not be able to keep you in line?
That's true.
The base cards are 4 in every 5 boxes. The golds are 1 in every 7 boxes.
Okay.
And the signatures, which we will get to in a sec, are 1 in every 14 boxes.
Okay.
So obviously none of this comes in case form. Yes, there are 4,330 cards. Graham Price is correct. That is listed somewhere on one of my pages here that you stole off me. 4,330. That is correct. So there is no hidden cards. This is the full release, getting released as always, as it sort of does with these single card releases and Supremacy. So the golds look fantastic. Pricing, I know heaps of people are asking what they think the prices will be. I couldn't.
It's hard to put early values on it. But you can use the base cards number to 50. You can use a guide from last time. Obviously, you can work out which are the more desirable players and teams and look at where those are pricing. I think they were generally pricing anywhere in the 300 to 700 range, aside from Dusty, which punched above the rest of it.
And Pendles.
And Pendles was, so a bunch of them were sitting quite high up.
Yep.
And then you had right down that bottom mill, as Wade will say, as he continues to buy up those cards. You could pick up, and suppress the price could work, Wade.
Yep.
The GWS and potentially the Gold Coast ones, although the plays are probably a bit more desirable, have potential to sit down somewhere around the $100 mark or between 100 150.
I don't think many are going to be selling at $100.
Yeah, look, there'll be certain ones. It all depends how many collectors actually jump in and do the full sets.
There's going to be plenty of people wanting to master.
So with regards to the golds, they're going to be a really hard card to value here.
How much is a James Hurd number to 35 gold card going to be?
Well, it's not just the numbering either. It's the fact of what the physical aspect of the card
is. It's a number to 35 James Hurd.
I'll give you an example here. So you go to a general collector and you say, would you prefer a gold 35 Brilliance or a gold 25 headliner from Optimum. And I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, the people are wanting the Brilliance cards. Therefore, the price of the Brilliance gold cards, although numbered higher, will probably exceed the valuations that were up around the gold headliners to 25.
It's going to be very interesting.
I think Brilliance is a very interesting release. This is not like, in terms of its collectability, you can't treat it the same way as another series, including Series 2. It's very unique, and it's like Supremacy, where there's a whole bunch of people that only collect super high end and don't collect everything else. So you can't look at prices here and try and compare them against normal Series 2 or other 35-point.
And I think you made a good point last time that when Brilliance first came out, and I admit I was one of these people that I thought the veteran cards in Brilliance were going to be a flop. And what
last time around, and most of them are actually more desirable.
They were more desirable, and the amount of the older, I call older collectors, but older than us, you know what I mean, the long-time collectors, they all wanted that set. There are so many master set collectors of the veteran cards. So I think they are going to be
but I think between master set collectors, team set collectors, and then player collectors and speculators, you're talking about serious demand on a bunch of these cards. Talking about the serious demand cards, I think it's time you show the people some signatures, AJ.
Would you like me to put that on the screen,
I would like you to put that on the screen.
Sure. No worries at all, mate. I'm here to help.
Your technical skills with the computer are just, as someone said about the release, elite.
All right. So we have this series of Dual Sig. So last series, it was Brothers.
Last it was like the Brothers.
It was Brothers. That's right.
The Jakoviches. It was Brothers. It was all
Burgoynes and stuff like that.
Burgoynes, the Jakoviches, etc.
So this year it is Premiership captains and coaches. We have Lee Matthews and Michael Voss, obviously the dynasty up in Brisbane, 01, 02, 03. Parkin and Kernahan for Carlton in 95. That's a big card. Geelong, Chris Scott, Cameron Ling. What have they only won one flag in 2011? Oh, that's a shame, sure. Simon Goodwin and Max Gawn in 2021. That's going to be a big card. Pagan and the Duck, Wayne Carey, 96 and 99. And of course, the mighty Tigers, still in the middle of their dynasty, maybe not after last night. Damien Hardwick and Trent, everybody loves me, Cochin, 17, 19, and 20.
There you go. David Hunter, I think you're bang on there saying these SIGs are so much more desirable than Brilliance. I tend to agree. And am I right here that all these SIGs are assigned to a single team only? You don't have anyone.
I was just going to say that, which I think caused a few problems last time, because there was Collingwood and North, and there was Hawthorn and Port Adelaide.
That's right. And there was the Eagles and whatever it was with in Melbourne. There was
good question here from Tom Bongiorno. Hey AJ2, where's the Saints Premiership signature?
So it was really hard for them to get it together. Since 1966.
They didn't have pens back.
But don't worry, they're saving that one. We're going to have the dual Premiership, dual captain quad signature card in 2024.
So Jenks, just a little bit.
2023.
So a little bit of admin work here too. So it looks like from these pictures, 5 out of those 6 actually look authentic signatures that they've already been done. So it looks like just from what I can tell, the Brisbane one is just a template.
As you can tell by
but that's definitely Wayne Carey's. That's definitely Cochin. That's definitely Maxi Gawn. Yep, that's Carlton, and
So do you think they're going to be inserted this time, whereas last time they were all redemptions?
Good question you ask here. So according to the release page, the blah, 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 dual autograph card packed directly in the release. So Kernahan and Parkin are in the release, no redemption. Pagan and Carey are already in the release, and the others are ready to be redeemed pretty much straight away. So all the instructions will be on the back of the redemption card. And again, this is the first time with Brilliance, the second time with Brilliance, where you don't need to worry about sending in a pad of mailer or stamps or whatever. You just send the redemption card in
and they mail it back. All the outbound.
So that's, again, another great step forward for what they're doing at Select. But these cards are serious. Like Wayne Carey and Pagan is a great card. I mean, obviously, we talked about Cochin and Hardwick. A lot of the Melbourne supporters are going to love this. Gawn and Goodwin. Kernahan and Parkin that's a big card. The Geelong supporters get around another SIG again. You know, they had the Lord brothers last time. And I mean, Lee Matthews and Boss is another big one too. They're all very, very strong.
Definitely a few people trolling in the comments about the mighty Sainters.
Are they?
Yeah. So I'm just going to put it out there now that when St Kilda does win a premiership, and hopefully it'll be in all of our lifetimes, instead of a redemption set at the end of the year, it's going to be one of those full fold-out booklets with every single player in the side's going to have a signature on the booklet. Okay? Mark my word.
Hey, mate, that's some really good insights.
Thanks. Now, I think it's time to bring yourself back on screen again, AJ. The people want to see you. There you are. In all your glory.
All right. So, obviously, Brilliance, in my opinion, they've nailed this. Like, we'll obviously go through a little bit of the checklist a little bit more, but I will go as far to say at $150 a box, this is going to sell out in public sale
instantly,
very fast.
So if you remember last time, Brilliance was actually the release they introduced the double drop.
Yep.
We haven't seen that the last couple of releases.
Yep.
I wonder if it happens again for this release or not. Will they have
no, it's not
a single drop?
Yeah.
So
I believe like I did ask
because
the question,
SCC offsets it a bit.
Yeah, and I also I ask in a marketing meeting some ages ago on our monthly marketing meetings, and they said it's for better bot protection.
Interesting. Oh, because it stops people to attack it twice.
Yeah, that's right.
As always, they have increased the production run, no doubt about it. They've put a lot more into the product.
Yeah,
it's certainly able to service a bigger market, but it is that you snooze, you lose situation.
Oh,
you're going to have to be on instantly. So 5 p.m. Saturday is the general on sale. Next Saturday at 5 p.m. is the general public on sale.
Yep.
It will be sold out by 5 p.m. in 30 seconds.
No, not that quick, but probably 5:02 is going to be.
I reckon it's gone in 30 seconds.
Depends how you get your bots working on it.
We better get the WD-40 out now.
So look, just to give everyone a recap, SCC is open now, $150 a box. You get 2 boxes for your SCC membership. That closes 4 p.m. on Friday. Next Saturday at 5 p.m., general sale opens, $150 a box and 2 a box limit.
Yep.
I will answer any questions if anyone does have any through. Obviously, we did try to scan through as much information as possible. So certainly 5 and 3. Yeah, get the WD-40 out, James. You'll need it.
Well, that's right.
Look, I'm really looking forward to digesting this a little bit more, but I just can't tell you how, with only 2, how quickly it'll sell out. As we said, Glenn, I think it'll sell out within 90 seconds.
$150 a box, hard to fault this. Even if they'd pushed up the price on this product, it's superior. It's a superior product.
Yep.
And it comes out, obviously, now every 2 years, looks like the intervals.
Yeah.
From a physical perspective, for those who already have the ones from 2020, look at it in your collection. They stand out. These are serious cards, and it's nice to be able to have an opportunity to collect something like this. It also feels good not to have a full-scale Series 2 right now as well. We've talked about the fast start to the year, the really heavy release schedule last year. So I think it's nice to be able to have something, now that's not going to be too financially taxing on people to buy boxes.
Yeah, so just a question there. And look, Crispy's just asked possibilities of RGB doing multiple box breaks. This is not a product that is supplied to any of the stores.
Someone asked before, what's the allocations for retail?
No,
there is no, as far as we know,
it's a general public. So as everyone knows here with our other sides of our businesses, we will be buying boxes as we always do.
Yeah.
Again, they're not even on the market. I don't know, Will, you can check if any's on eBay yet, but I'm sure some will appear on eBay soon enough. We will obviously do whatever we can to purchase as many boxes as we can. And then we'll do breaks. As I'm sure all the breakers will. Sean Laffin, 5 releases this year.
What's this? This will be the 3rd release?
Yeah, so you think they're still going to do a Series 2 and then maybe a Supremacy Rookie?
Yeah, I think we're
So you're probably right, Sean. Fair guess, don't know. Again, we thought we were going to be talking about Optimum today, so who knows?
Yeah, Bradley Stone, I would be definitely expecting there will be more releases this year. It feels like they're putting this into a really nice time slot.
And so I saw a comment somewhere else, and look, Robbie O'Donnell's asked the same thing too. I think it will be pushed back. I'm guessing in a couple of months. It's only every couple of months.
Yeah.
But what this has done is, because it's such a low cost for people to spend now, it's going to give more people time to go back and fill Prestige, 40 stars, or older releases.
I think it takes away the narrative of oh, this is not fair. I can't complete this set because there's too many cards, and now they're releasing a new one. They're just doing it over and over. It's overwhelming. Clearly, they've taken on that advice. They've taken on that feedback from the public feedback about stacking releases too quickly into each other. Give us reprieve.
Yep.
I thought it was a smart move what they did with the signature chase coming out of Footy Stars into Prestige.
Justin, it's one card per box.
Teams and,
one.
Yeah. Again, I can't, we always find something to clip them about at this point in time.
Yeah.
I think they've absolutely nailed all aspects of this. And I think the cost side of it is just the most amazing value proposition.
Yeah, it was Crispy, actually.
Cards.
Crispy, I'll give you credit. You made the comment in the Richmond group. It's going to give people a little bit of a reprieve. And whether you want to buy 1 box, 2 box, 4 boxes, whatever you're able to get, with Afterpay and PayPal Pay Later and all that sort of stuff, it is not a huge outlay. $150 a box is very, very manageable.
With a maximum of the max any person can get individually is $600 worth. Yeah, exactly right.
Yep.
So essentially, you're talking about the equivalent of not even 2 boxes of Series 2 these days.
Yep. Question for you, Gormy, from Robbie O'Donnell. Can you open a few pallets of Footy Stars out the back and find a Harry Jones Arctic Blue for him, please?
He's going to try. And on that note, folks, thanks once again for joining us here at Card Authority. We always love to do these little mini casts after the release announcements and discuss it with you guys and get the insights in real time. So thanks so much for everyone for joining us.
So the checklist is already up on Select. All the details are on the release page. All the sales pages for SEC and normal sale are up. Photos of all the cards are listed on Card Authority and Good Vibes and all the other good groups that are around.
We're about to go buy our SEC boxes.
Yep, as everyone else is probably already doing. So thanks a lot for joining us. Well done, Select. Fantastic job, and hope everyone enjoys the product. We look forward to
talking more about it in the next couple of weeks.
I guess
it's going to be you.
Yeah.
And the next Card Authority is going to be AJ by himself.
Maybe
Will will step in the hot seat.
Yeah.
I have timed things perfectly, and I am going away on the 2nd of August, which is the dispatch date of this release. So
going to be
you guys can all buy your boxes of Brilliance, and I'll be heading on holiday. Thank you very much.
Good luck, everyone else hoarding low Jack Steele and Lee Hayes.
Save some for me.